The polling has begun for Bangladesh now, and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has casted her vote in Dhaka. 11 crore voters will decide the fate of 1,500 candidates. The battle of the two Begums is taking place in Bangladesh. Sheikh Hasina is eyeing her big fourth term. India Today is the only channel getting you live updates from Dhaka. The visuals that you see on your screens are coming in from Bangladesh. Elections have begun. Let's listen in to what Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said.
আমি এটুকুই বলবো যে তারা গণতন্ত্র বিশ্বাস করে না, তারা দেশপ্রেম না, দেশের মানুষের কল্যাণও চায় না, তারা গণতান্ত্রিক ধারা চায় না। বাংলাদেশে আজকে 2009 সাল থেকে এ পর্যন্ত গণতান্ত্রিক ধারা আছে বলেই দেশের এই উন্নতিটা হয়েছে। আমাদের সামনে আরও কাজ আছে, সেটুকু আমরা সম্পন্ন করতে চাই। আমি আশা করি যে নৌকা মার্কার জয়লাভ হবে এবং আবার আমরা জনগণের সমর্থন নিয়ে সরকার গঠন করে।
My colleague Indrajit Kundu is now joining us from Dhaka. Indrajit, the question on everyone's mind, will it be a historic fourth term win for Sheikh Hasina? We've seen the visuals. She was at the polling booth to cast her vote. But there are a lot of controversies also. The opposition is saying that this election is rigged.
Well, Aishwarya, it's in a sense a foregone conclusion that Sheikh Hasina will be returning to power once again in these elections because there is no opposition. Or the bare minimum opposition that the ruling Awami League is facing is from mostly independent candidates. So we've just heard the Prime Minister of Bangladesh speaking out, and she once again hit out at her detractors, saying those who are trying to obstruct the poll process are against democracy. Remember, the principal opposition party, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP, they have boycotted this election, calling it, questioning the entire poll process. So, in a sense, it is the ruling Awami League, its alliance partners who are actually contesting these elections. 27 parties in total, 1,500 candidates whose fates would be sealed. Voting, of course, has begun, and the Prime Minister herself was early to cast her vote. The big question, of course, is on the security preparedness as well, because in the run-up to these elections, there were some incidents of violence. Even last night, there were some polling stations that were set on fire. A train was set on fire 2 days back in Dhaka itself, and 4 people died. So all eyes on the kind of security that has been put in place. 30,000 police officers manning various booths in and around Dhaka city. And even the army and the border guards Bangladesh have been deployed as well to ensure that the entire poll process is peaceful. But the big concern, of course, is that the opposition party BNP has called for a hartal. So even when people in Bangladesh will be trying to go to the polling stations to cast their vote, the principal opposition will be out on the streets to enforce the strike, and that gives rise to the apprehension that whether or not there's going to be some amount of violence. So far, we haven't heard of it this morning, but these are early times. As the day progresses, we'll get you more updates.
Thank you, Indrajit Kundu, who's giving us that report from Dhaka. India Today, the only channel to get you live updates from the ongoing elections taking place in Bangladesh. Voting has now officially started in Bangladesh for the 12th general election. Polling started at 8 a.m. and will close by 4 p.m. There are close to 11 crore voters, all set to decide the fate of 1,500 candidates. Incumbent Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is now eyeing her big term. If she wins this, then this would make it her fourth term. But this has been a very tumultuous election. Country's main opposition parties and all the allies are boycotting the election. They are saying the elections are rigged and a sham, and they are instead demanding a caretaker government. Tensions are also amounting, and security has been heightened after an express train was set on fire and 4 lives have been claimed in it. The government is saying that this was an orchestrated attack. India, in fact, is very closely monitoring this election as it will indicate the political future of our eastern neighborhood. India shares close to 4,000-kilometer border with Bangladesh, the longest it has with any of its neighbors. Not just that, the growing economy also plays a very important role in the impact in the northeast region of our country.
Dhaka metropolitan area, we have 2,146 voting centers. And in every voting centers, there are 15 to 20 personnel with police, paramilitary force answer. And in road, there will be police, there will be BGB, that means Border Guard Bangladesh, and also yes, the army people also will. There will be no any problem, I think, and I always ask the people, ask the voters to come out and pay their vote.
We already introduced EVM, and our EVM machines were excellent. But the problem is this: whenever something new is introduced, majority people believe there is something wrong. It is a magic machine. If vote is given here, it goes there. So it was very difficult for us to take the political parties on board that EVM machine is a unique machine. In future, if EVM, we have to resort to EVM, or if India invents some sort of electronic voting system, we have to go for that. This physical system is difficult.
Mood here is full of excitement. People are ready to vote. All classes of people. We are happy that we will have a free, fair, transparent, and non-violent election tomorrow. And I must thank India, and I'm grateful to India. India said that election is a routine matter, and Bangladesh election is a domestic issue, and Bangladeshi people will decide their future. This is a great stand, and we are thankful to India. That's the way it should be.